Hi guys, and welcome back to our channel Korean Vibes, and we hope you've been staying safe during this pandemic. Today we're going to be cooking a Korean meal which is known as Gyeranmari, which is popular in Korea as a side dish and also as a snack. Gyeran means egg in Korean and Mari means roll, hence the name Gyeranmari. And these are our ingredients. We have scallion, we have some salt and some pepper, we have carrots, sausage, 5 eggs. We're using 5 eggs today, but you can decide to use 3, 5 or 7. It depends on your choice, but we decided to use 5. And we're going to be using some seaweed. It's optional, you don't really need to put it, but we decided to just use it. So now we're going to be chopping our scallion, carrot and sausage, and we will be back. Okay, so these are chopped sausage, scallion and carrot, which we're going to be adding into our eggs. We're going to beat the eggs now and add these vegetables into it. To avoid using egg whisk, so to avoid bubbles, you don't need bubbles in your gyeranmari. You could use chopsticks or fork, but we're using fork today to avoid having air bubbles. Here we're going to be putting our pan over medium heat. We're using a non-stick pan preferably so that the eggs don't get burnt. And please, the heat should not be too low or too high. And now we're greasing our pan with some oil. Not too much oil, just to grease it so that the eggs don't burn. And we're going to be pouring our egg mixture in batches. You don't pour it all at once. You spread the egg around the pan so that it forms a round shape, so you don't get holes in the egg. When it's about 80% done, you can turn the egg to form a round shape. Now we're going to be using 2 spatulas for easy movement. You can decide to use one if you feel you can move it easily, but we are using 2 to aid it. Now we're going to grease this other end of the pan, and then we move the egg backward to allow us space for the other batch of the egg. But you need to grease this other part again to avoid the eggs getting burnt. Now it's almost done. We're going to put half of our seaweed and roll it. Now we repeat the same process of greasing the end and moving the eggs back. Then grease the other end and pour our last batch of eggs. When the egg is almost done, we'll put the last batch of seaweed and roll it up again. At this point, you need to turn off your heat so that it doesn't get burnt, but you allow the remaining heat to just cook up the eggs. You allow your gyeranmari to cool down for about 10 to 15 minutes before you cut it open to avoid it scattering. Here we have our already cooled down gyeranmari, and we're going to be slicing it 1 inch thick. You don't need it to be too slim or too fat, just 1 inch is okay. Here we have our gyeranmari. You can see how beautiful it's looking, the seaweed making it look all colorful and beautiful. This is an easy recipe that you can try out at home, and it's really nice and simple. Please, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, don't forget to do that so you can see more of our Korean food recipes. So easy food recipes that you can try out at home irrespective of your home country, just basic ingredients you can find at the local market. Thank you. Bye.